Welcome to Raptors Today. I'm your host, Randy Urban, filling in for Akil Augustine, joined by Paul Jones, basketball Paul, and Jevohn Shepherd, basketball. No, that doesn't work. That doesn't work.
It doesn't work.
How you guys doing?
Good. It's always good to be talking about a win, isn't it?
Yeah, first time for me this season in this new environment. I like it.
You like it?
It's relaxed.
It's comfy in here.
Yeah.
They took
some
the desk
water,
away.
yeah.
Our producer Jake, with the interior decorator, taking the desk away.
I've got some orange juice here. I don't know what you guys have there.
I think mine is a nice chamomile tea.
Chamomile.
That'll put you to sleep, right?
No, just keep you calm and cool.
Speaking of
We
putting
need
them to
that,
sleep,
right? Our juices are flowing after a big win last night.
That was a great win for the Raptors. Look, they had, 2 days off in between games on the road. I always think those things can go either way, right? Sometimes a little too much time off is not great, but they looked well rested and they played well against Dallas.
I think the thing is that it gives you an opportunity to practice. You have a couple days, you fly in that night or maybe the next morning. And when you get a win on the road, coming off the win in San Antonio, guys hang together. They got the chain after the game. It seems like they hang together more after. When you lose, everybody takes off. Everybody kind of goes their separate ways. And now they're 2-1 on this road trip. Unfortunately, the first one was on the back-to-back against Philly, and I thought they played well. I like the fact that you have time off to practice. I really, really do.
Well, you look at the last 6 quarters of basketball that this team has played, obviously in San Antonio, last night in Dallas, and they look like a team that's finding their identity, right? And yesterday they went out against Dallas and really dominated. There was a game plan that they stuck to, dominated 72 points in the paint, and they shot more than 60% in the paint, right? And you know that Dallas isn't going to play any defense. It didn't start out pretty. It wasn't one of those games that you come out with a victory and you're probably ecstatic about it. And Pascal said that as well, right? There's a lot of things that they can get better at and clean up. But it was bully ball. They didn't go in there and play this. They didn't get caught up in Dallas's 3-point game. Happened for the first 2 minutes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I was just about to say. It's it seemed like it took a little bit of an adjustment to go, okay, these guys are just going to try to jack up threes all game long. That's what we're going to do. So let's stick to our game plan and pound it inside.
Jevohn and I did the broadcast last night, and I had the pleasure of being on Raptors Tonight. And I'm going to say this again. Well, when I'm invited, that is. It was an ode to old school basketball. Right? We're going to play in the paint. You're weak on the inside. No Derek Lively.
Yeah.
We're gonna get the ball inside, and we're going to continually score in the paint and at the rim. We're going to defend you at the other end. If you want to shoot from the highway, that's fine. We know that's how you play, but we're going to defend you. But at the other end, you're going to have to see us in the paint. And I thought the Raptors did a great job with that.
To your point there, they just found matchups and took advantage of them, whether it was Scotty, whether it was Pascal. He had himself a tremendous night, just those post-ups. There was one play where you and I, we spoke about it, where it was late in the game, and Scotty saw that Pascal had a mismatch on the right side of the court, dumped it inside.
Right.
Pascal took an escape dribble while Scotty was cutting to the basket. And then Scotty now had to match up. They recognized that immediately and dumped it right back down to Scotty. He got himself to the free throw line. But just tough, gritty, got their nose dirty basketball. And I think that's the brand of basketball that they have to play. And, one other thing is that everybody's looking for this new science, this 0.5 offense, this 0.5 basketball. That's just a design to create an advantage, right?
Yes, yeah.
Read and react in a split second so that you're always playing 5-on-4. And I thought they did a tremendous job of that, especially OG playing off of the catches.
Yeah, and look, they had a lot of opportunities in the post with Pascal off some great movement, right?
Yes.
You can play 0.5 basketball and still get a ball deep in the paint, have an advantage with Pascal Siakam. And let's go to Pascal Siakam, because what I really liked about his game was getting the ball that close to the basket. Like, he doesn't have to think too much when he's 7 or 8 feet away, because he has a plethora of moves. He has those spin moves that we haven't seen much of that this season. We saw it last night.
I thought he did a great job, and to both your points, and they stuck with the game plan. And that play that you just talked about, Jevohn, was an example of stay with the game plan. The ball doesn't go to somewhere else or someone else, and they look at each other and said, "Why didn't you give it back inside?" Like there was none of that. Here's the game plan. We're all on the same page. There were 3 passes there, 2 or 3 passes on that play within like a 6 to 8 foot radius, and they still ended up with the shot they wanted. And listen, give the bench some credit too. I thought Gary Trent got going. Malachi Flynn played really, really hard. And Otto Porter's minutes, I'm telling you, they're key. Otto Porter's minutes are key.
And on Pascal, you think about it, 31 points, and he didn't make a 3.
No.
Right? Didn't make a 3. And
Old
how did he
school.
start the game? Old school, just grind it out. How did he start the game? Getting his nose dirty, getting on the offensive boards. He had 2 offensive putbacks in the first 2-3 minutes of the game. And from there, then you start to work your way out, get into the blocks, back to the basket. You know he has a spin cycle, just attracting double teams, moving the basketball. It was just vintage Pascal.
Yeah.
This is almost Pascal 5 years ago when he was first coming in. He was first getting some, big-time minutes and was hungry. So I like what I seen from him, and everybody's talking about, he's got to find his way into this offense. He's the best scorer on this team, so you're going to need Pascal to be successful.
Yeah, success is from this team is going to come from the Pascal, OG, and Scotty together.
Yeah.
Like, it's so obvious to me, and I don't know why people are saying, or the internets, or the things that they're saying, oh, he's not playing that great, all this kind of stuff. It's just like, watch the game, understand the game a little bit before you get on your...
He's finding a way. He is.
Pascal's saying all the right things, and it's really good to see because he's really bought into what the team is trying to do. Let's hear from Pascal Siakam now.
For me, like, it's just playing the right way, but at the same time, like, it's like, like, I know who I am as a player. Like, I know the things that I do well, and like I always say, like, I just gotta go out there, play my game, be me, and I think for me, like, me being me, like, in any team is like, like, it's gonna be a problem, and so I just gotta continue to do that. Continue to learn, find the way in the offense and with my teammates, and just continue to be myself. It's a journey. It's always been a journey for me. Things have never been easy for me, and I've always like things that I feel like for me makes me like separate me from a lot of other people. It's like like I'm resilient. Like like that's one thing that I know about myself. And when things that like when things are muddy and cloudy, like that's like I like that. That's where I thrive, and as a person, just because I know that like I'm never gonna give up, and it's always gonna be like a process, and I'm gonna continue to get better.